It's the same thing.
Hey man, you see it, stay you heard podcast, man. We back, man. You know what I'm saying? With the therapy, let it all out. We good money. What's going on, fam?
Ain't nothing, man. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't even know what day it is, man.
Yeah, it's all a blur. It's all a blur.
Yeah, man.
It's game week. That's all that matters. It's game week.
Yep.
UNC, man. You on the clock, fam?
On the
you
clock.
On the clock.
Let's
you
get
on the
it.
Clock. Let's go, man. We gonna cook. Let's go.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben, Joe, and CP. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, from hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it.
No. Let's talk about that right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like, I don't appreciate.
What did you say? What are we talking about, man?
Get into it. I feel
keeping it a buck.
You heard?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
How you feeling, Joe? You good, man?
Yeah, man. Am I blurry, son? Again?
Nah, you good. You get it. As soon as you said blur,
it
was good
son,
money.
Like, what's really hood out here, man?
You might need to write a strong worded email to your webcam, son, because we've talked about its issues in the what I'm saying before we hit that record button. Hey man, you got faith. Yo, you got faith in our coaches, man. You got faith in them, man. You want to be you want to ask wild questions. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. Can you pause real quick? Pause it.
Hey man, we back. Just took a little commercial break. That y'all don't see the commercial love.
So certain reporters.
Yeah. Same reporter.
I didn't watch it.
Right.
But I heard through the grapevine, you know what I mean, that players were asked if they trust the coaches. Was it specific coaches or just the coaches in general?
Names were dropped.
Yeah.
Start naming names again.
Wow.
Yeah. She asked TVD. So for context, if y'all haven't seen it, she asked TVD.
It's a female who asked these questions.
Yeah. Well, you know who it is. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know who you.
No, yeah, you do. Yeah. Listen, it's a name that there's three names that are banned for them show. This is one of them.
I don't know.
She asked if you trust the coaches. If TVD, if you trust the coaches, then asked Matt Lee if you trust the coaches, and he goes specifically Cristobal and Dawson.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Now look,
I don't imagine the players gave her the answer she wanted.
It is fishing, right? It is fishing for drama. It's a drama ass question.
Definitely. Like, what does she expect to hear? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, like what if you go, you know what, fuck them. I don't like them at all. I don't like either of these coaches. What now, Susan? What you gonna do with that information?
I don't trust them as far as I could throw them, son. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And they're grown men. Like, what the fuck? What's the point of that question? Like, again, very experienced, doing this for 60 years. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But I don't understand the need and the requirement for drama. Look, they have their shit, and this is the last thing we'll say about this past week's game. Is the reaction of media members has shown me a lot about who they are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not naming names. I haven't clicked on any of y'all podcasts. Not naming names, but for the first, y'all were quick to drop new episodes when you usually kind of slow with it. I'm gonna say that. Yo, you were quick to be like, told you. See, there was tweets going out like, y'all this is why we can't trust you. This is why people go at you. You know what I'm saying? Because you were quick when somebody's down. You were quick to be like, see, I was right. I told you about him. Y'all did. And there's people on social media that are doing it. We know who that is. You know what I'm saying? Got banned. He's getting his numbers back up. He was happy-go-lucky to do this shit. That's that's who he's been though. You know what I'm saying? That's our guy. You know what I'm saying?
Guy is back. Our guy is back in the
he's
building.
consistent with it though. He's
so
consistent
we certain people don't get media access, but other people do. Like the good guys don't get media access, but you let them other cats get media.
Yeah, the big names get media access. The ones that like, look, man, it just when you have a vested interest, I'm gonna say it like this: when you have a vested interest in being right, your coverage is going to be biased.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
That's just what it is, man. Like I don't give a fuck what no longer what you. I'm not gonna listen to your show no more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because you're trying to prove a point. When that's your whole thing is to try to prove a point. Yeah, that's corny, man. Like let's move past that. That's corny.
When you have, as a grown man, or woman, the inability to accept information that's happening right in front of you, to not give it context, to just go off, Mario, Coach Cristobal fucked up, and not give it the context of everything else that happened during that game, because you're a reporter, right? You're supposed to report the game. We could talk feelings. Sundays, all we did was just talk about how the fuck
we do.
Yes. Yeah, we do that. We told y'all how hurt we were because we the voice for y'all. So listen, man, that shit was mad corny. But they showed who they were. Like CB says, show us who you are. They showed us, man.
Let me ask a question. Well, I just want to touch on it one time. Let me ask a question. If you're a player and that decision was made, what's your mindset? And do you have a conversation? If you're a player like TVD who can have that conversation, I'm sure any player can probably go into the office, but you're part of the leadership council, probably right. TVD, Matt Lee, you know what I mean, Cam, James, probably, part of the leadership council. How do you approach that? Do you have a meeting? By all accounts, they had a leadership meeting.
Yeah,
with the players.
They probably had multiple.
Yeah. So how do you approach that, man? Like how do you deal with that?
And like, all right, so me as like a 20-some-year-old kid, probably very emotionally initially, like Matt Lee did on the sideline. What the fuck are we doing, man?
Yeah.
Like what were you thinking? Mm-hmm. The next day, now 39-year-old Ben was like, I'm gonna need to take a second because if I approach you in this conversation, we might end up throwing hands because I'm gonna be real disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take a minute and like, what was the thought process? Help me understand why we didn't do that. If you're able, like, look, this is also let's keep it a buck. This is your boss. Are you able to have that kind of conversation with a supervisor or somebody, you know what I'm saying, or a manager? Yeah. So from all accounts, he's always been brutally honest. So I expect he expects brutal honesty back.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if that's what it is, that's what it is. So I approach it bluntly. I was like, look, what we did cost us the game. All the other factors, the refs, my interceptions, I'm speaking as the leader, which would be TVD, right? Sure. The interceptions, all those things factored in 100%. But what we become now is a make or break moment. You know what I mean? How I would approach it, like, look, we're either with you or this shit falls apart real quick. It's all about how you handle these next 12 to 24 hours with us. You know what I'm saying? That's if it's a leadership council meeting and him. Now you, right? I'm gonna ask you the same question because I'm really interested in your perspective of it. Like with all of your like years of football and your son, right? Mm-hmm. How do you approach it being a player in that locker room?
Yeah, I have to have answers, son. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I have to have answers. If I'm the quarterback who had a bad game, we still have to have a conversation like, listen, I played poorly. This will not happen again. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But we still had a chance to come out of there with a dub, and that decision was made. Is there any, like, I need to know, like, what was the rationale behind that?
Right.
You know what I mean? What was the rationale behind that? And he's well within his right to be like, that's just something the coaches
that
and
I do
talking about, and we decided to do that. And I just got to eat it. Like, okay, but I'm definitely going to ask I'm definitely gonna, try to get some answers and let him know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right.
But after that, it's over. It's time to get. It's time
That's
to
it.
get. It's time to get busy. Yeah.
Yeah, it also comes down to like, and I said this on the last one, right? Like, it comes down to how he approaches his team, right? Like, if he like how he's going to talk to the media, how he's going to talk to us, we don't fucking factor into that shit. Like, we're not the team, right? Like, if it's bunker mentality, it's bunker mentality, right? So if how the the players, the other coaches, everybody galvanizes together. Because look, man, like first 24, like, and again, like I was talking with y'all, I wasn't tweeting it out, right? What I was going through, right? Like just the thoughts in my head, because I was like, for what? Like, I got friends to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want my thoughts to be like, yo, man, I'm really like struggling with this because da 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 da. And I was like, yo, like, and once I was done with that, and then seeing like the vitriol and anger, I was like, oh no, like that's bunker mentality for real. Then, like, I'm done with it. Like Monday, I want to say like Monday morning, I was like, yeah, like we say in Spanish, yo me limpio las manos. Like I cleaned my hands of it, and I moved on to UNC, man, and that's just what it is. Because the games don't stop. It wasn't like that's how we ended the season, and we got all off season to talk about this shit. We move on.
You'll have the opportunity to win the conference.
Yep.
You'll have the opportunity. You've lost one game. It's
one
about 5 teams in college football that's undefeated right now. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
but yeah,
that's that. And one of those teams that are undefeated are a team that we play this Saturday night, son.
Yep.
Yo, it's crazy how we get night games back to back to back, but don't nobody want to see us, and we keep getting told all in our YouTube comments how irrelevant we are. Yeah. We're worried that we get prime time. Yeah, irrelevant teams get prime time back to back to back all the time. That's everybody knows that, right? Everybody. Mm-hmm. You put the worst teams on when everybody's home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But yeah, man. So we got North Carolina. Let me know your feelings about this game, man. How you thinking about it? How you approaching it? What you thinking?
Well, it's been battles, right? So we've lost, but they've been close games. Like we've had good games. Last year was a battle. Even with how bad we were, it was a battle. It was a shootout. The year before that, it was another game. I mean, another battle. Yeah, you know what I mean? So last second. So I expect no different, man. We're in Chapel Hill at night. I'm still contemplating. I don't know, but it doesn't looks bleak, you know what I mean? But and I'm not happy about that. But
yeah, I know.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be a battle, man. When you have a quarterback like Drake May, who's always gonna keep you in the game, defense got to play out their mind, man. We played a good game, but it has to be even better.
Yeah.
Because he will hurt us. He's not breaking the pocket and throwing the ball in the dirt or throwing it out of bounds. He's throwing it accurately on the move, and he gonna hurt us, man. So we have to be disciplined. We have to contain the pocket, man. I see a lot of quarterbacks break and contain on our defense, man. Like we have to be more disciplined, man. Their defense has had trouble, but they have athletes. Like I know a lot of those guys over there firsthand because I watched them in high school. Number 23, the middle linebacker, Power Echols, man. He's a problem.
Great name. Still, great name. That has not changed. Every time I hear that shit, that's just a great name, son.
He's a problem.
Power Echoes. It's crazy.
He has a motor. He can run sideline to sideline, and he will strike. You know what I mean? Desmond Evans, he's a 5-star coming out of high school. I think he was the number 1 DN coming out, at least top 3 coming out in 2020. Same year as my son, I think. Jacoby Cowan, man. That's my guy. That's my guy's son. He's a beast. Transferred in from Ohio State. He committed to Ohio State out of high school. Transferred in, man. they got some guys over there on that front seven, man. Their secondary's real young. So that kind of shows, but the front seven is good,
problem.
man. I think they still got Miles Murphy over there too. He's a problem, as a matter of fact. So they all right, man. So, I expect another battle. That's it.
Yeah, man. So looking at the sports reference stats for the year for the Tar Heels, they are 19th in scoring and 31st in defense overall.
Okay.
So, solid little defense. You know what I'm saying? They have now Drake May stats aren't otherworldly. TVD had to have the worst game of his life, right? Like we could say life. On Saturday night.
A couple of bad games, but yeah.
He's had a couple. I don't count 22 though. Like that's I just omit that from it.
Nah, you got to.
Yeah. So with that, he's 8-4, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. What is it? 1,064 yards. So yeah, it's not, what I'm saying, blowing, what I'm saying, going crazy, but what I'm saying they got a big weapon last week. Probably have a better chemistry with him this week. They've probably been practicing the whole season, what I'm saying, with Tez Walker. Can't forget that. Yeah. So secondary is gonna be tested. Yeah, man. So I went down the sports reference to see the teams they've played, right? As far as offense. Because we always get told we haven't played nobody. So they played App State, 104th in defense, Pittsburgh, 74th in total defense, Minnesota, 76th, Syracuse, surprising to me, which shows you that the ACC is a little better than people think, 32nd in total defense, which is the best defensive team they played. South Carolina, the big bad SEC, 96 in total defense. And North Carolina is 31st. So again, the best defense they played was Syracuse. You know what I mean? And they mopped them, right? Like that wasn't even close. They put up a lot of points. They got a hell of a running game. This is a team to take serious, which is why it seems like the symptoms of the week before with the previous opponent, you know what I'm saying, that played poorly against a bad team, we kind of carried that over against a bad team. Looking forward to our next opponent. If you know what I'm saying, because just something was off in that whole game. So let's just, and we'll see what happens, man. I don't know. We'll give the prediction at the end of the show. But yeah, man, this is my kind of an, like, I don't know if I want to take this team serious. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Even with what happened, because I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Drake May's good, but like they're I don't know. I just don't know if they're that good. If they are what their record is, because they have to be running the ball like crazy if Drake only got 8 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So they must be, you know what I'm saying, running heavy in that offense.
Yeah, I think they're a good ACC team. Like they won't compete nationally, but I think they're a good ACC team. Like that's the bottom line. They're solid. And like I've always said, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance all the time.
You have a chance, 100%.
So they do have that.
Yes, sir.
They have good coaches. They have a good coaching staff as well. It's a solid program, man. They have stability. Yes, they lost their offensive coordinator. But the system is kind of similar.
Yep.
And they just got a good system, man. Coach Mac Brown is a good guy, and he keeps his team together.
Yeah, building a good culture over there. He's been there long enough. It's stable. I think we've been through 3 coaches since Mac Brown's been at North Carolina, right? Mark Richt, Manny Diaz, and now Coach Cristobal. So that shows a lack of consistency in culture on our side of it, with different coaches trying to instill different things. So, yeah, look, I'm just saying, like, I don't know how we're gonna respond and react to our last week. A loss is a loss, regardless. Put Put however you want to put that shit. Put that to bed. A loss is a loss. How this team. We always talk about it, right? We got a couple comments about that too. It's like, yo, y'all wanted to see adversity, right? Y'all wanted to see adversity. So this is want to see how the team responds, man. I want to see if that leadership council can cook. I want to see how they deal with adversity even in that game, because they're gonna have. What are you doing?
It gets brighter when I do that. It gets brighter.
That doesn't make any sense, yo. It did get
brighter.
brighter.
It gets darker.
Yeah, son, your camera got some issues, man. So that's so crazy. But yeah, man, like we'll see how this team looks, man. It's a weird week, right? Like we're not exactly sure. Like we could have done this episode at any point during the week before the game. It kind of would have been the same feeling. Like, what team are we gonna get? Like what Miami Hurricanes team are we gonna get? How do you think? I'm asking you. How do you think they're going to respond, and how you think, just like your overall feelings of it? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how they're going to respond. I know how they need to respond. I don't know how it's going to happen. They haven't given me any indication that they'll come out any differently than they've been coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia Tech was weird in the fact that I don't want to.
It was dysfunctional.
I don't want to assume anything or say someone's bad at doing their job, but it just seems like, and I don't want to make it seem like
an excuse.
They took it lightly. They took Georgia Tech lightly, but it seems that offensively they just did. I'm not gonna say they didn't prepare, but they took them lightly. They thought they can do what they did to Temple and Miami of Ohio, and just
which is, you think
big
so?
Boy and just
it's kind of crazy, right? Because we didn't have the big boy runs except for the 25-yard touchdown that got called back for that non-holding. So, but we still had like 450 plus yards of offense. You know what I'm saying? With the 3 interceptions, it's with that, right? Like, and I shout out to Flo, John, and Lex on Sunday. I listened to them Monday morning. We're the only people outside of us that I took information from. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to listen to anything else. So they said, like, yo, like we look at it, and they were out of rhythm, right? There was an out of syncness with the offense, and we still put up 450 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take away those 3 interceptions and you turn those into like field goals. We gave them 17 points of those turnovers. So, like, yes, those things happen, and I'm not saying like, oh, if this wouldn't happen, but I'm saying like, with all that, we still put up 450 yards, and that was worst offensive performance.
Even in that, the offense just didn't look in sync, and it didn't look as creative as it looked previously.
Mad vanilla, for sure.
We were missing a lot of the formations, a lot of the pre-snap motions, just no screens.
Again.
No misdirection. Like, it was very just basic.
Here's what it was very much so like, here's what it is. This is what we're doing.
Yeah. And even with that, like you said, we still should have got out of there with a dub.
Yeah.
Even with all of that. But I expect that Saturday it needs to be different. Definitely. More people need to be utilized. The tight end room needs to be introduced.
Yeah.
The screen game needs to be introduced. North Carolina has a lot of athletes over there who want to run. Yep. So you have to neutralize it with the screen game, the misdirection game, the eye candy game. You know what I mean? So we have speed just sitting over there. We have speed just sitting on the bench.
Yeah. Collecting dust. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be utilized, man. So I expect that to happen. You know, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the expectation, you know.
I think what and we'll find out Saturday, right? Another late night game. 7:30, I think, or 7 o'clock. That weird thing was like, it's either a 7 p.m. game or 8 p.m. game. Very weird. Eastern Standard Time, so it shouldn't really be different. But I would imagine they're looking at us like we're a wounded animal. You know what I mean? Like they're not. Look what just happened to them. They got questions. They got questions at coaching. Look at other media handles them while their media treats them with kid gloves. Yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? Like it's human nature sometimes to do that, right? Like just be like, I mean, they're coming in. They're not a serious football team, and I take some solace in the fact that like we played offensively, we played a bad game. We had two bad moments on defense that entire game. Two bad moments that just happened to come at the end. So there's starting to be a change. Yes, how it ended, but like once you take away the emotion and just look at how we performed on defense, like fam, like shout out to Kappa Kane. Fam, like the stills of the amount of holdings that just do not get like just
Yeah.
you know,
It's getting like the one
egregious,
thing
right?
I do not like is when refs control the outcome of games.
Yes.
And it's to that point.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not what's up. Like that ruins the game, for the
Yeah.
young men playing, for the coaches, for the audience. It just ruins the game, man. Like these refs are egregious with it. It doesn't make any sense, man.
So I'm gonna ask you because you got a crazy football mind and football memory with this shit, right? Because we talk all the time about this shit. Like the excuse I've been getting about Ruben Bain, right? That we've heard on Dono, that he gets told
he's a freshman.
He's a freshman. When is that? Yeah. So is Peter Woods a freshman at Clemson? Because I'm pretty sure they hold the fuck out of him and they call it. Like I don't look.
The only only time that shit works is in basketball, man. You're a rookie and you're guarding Michael Jordan. You're not getting a call at all. Like, relax.
You're not going up against Georgia Tech. Like, oh, but he's like, So you're telling me that like the way that would work, right? That talking point and the shit that media members get told. Again, Donald's one of the few that I respect, and y'all know who the other ones are. That's why they keep getting, you know what I'm saying, guest spots on this show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're telling me then the refs know that Ruben Bain is a freshman? Mm-hmm. So they would have to go through the roster, be like, oh, well, if this freshman gets held, we can't call it.
Right.
Oh, well, Jafari Harvey's an 8th-year senior. He's getting tackled from behind because he fucking killed us on a fucking speed rush. Can't call it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like, again, holds happen every play. For them to call a hold on S. Cooper, that wasn't a hold because he stayed in that box. He didn't extend. There was no, you know what I'm saying? There was nothing here. He went fucking T-Rex with it. If you go outside of my T-Rex arms, I can't do shit. Son, he was there. Called the hold. The taunting on Corey Flagg that got them out of bad field position because they had just lost like 3 yards. You're beginning to
Corey Flagg has not taunted anybody ever for the time he's been there.
It's his first unsportsmanlike penalty, I think. Y'all can check me. It's his first on sport. This man's been here forever. Corey Flagg.
I've never seen Corey Flagg.
Corey Flagg is the nicest, hardest working. He's the defense's ex, son. Man. He is the hardest working, kindest guy. Man just likes to fish and play football. Doesn't give he shook his helmet because he tackled the guy and they called the taunting, gave him 15 yards. Now look, when you have to already win the game, have a bad game on offense, and then have to beat the officials, it becomes very challenging, right? Like to me as a fan, it becomes defeating. Again, I was watching the game Sunday or Saturday. You go back to any game throughout the season, though. It's happened, even in games we've won. Like, I don't understand how you just be like, he's a freshman. Fam, like then you're telling me the officials look down the roster and that's what they go. 44 is gonna kill it today, but we can't let him get a sack. He should have like 7 or 8 sacks right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a lot of pressures. We should have sacks if they didn't hold our D line so much. And so like then the questions become, well, why don't you have so many sacks from people who get to ask the questions that got credentials? Fam, are you watching the same game? Like y'all not watching a different football game. You watching the holes just like I am. To leave that out and leave that as a context is ridiculous, yo. I don't know. It's wild, fam.
Yeah, man.
Wild. I know. It's just crazy.
Saturday night, man. We have the opportunity to right the wrongs, man, and get back on track. We have a huge stretch coming up. We have
back to back, son.
North Carolina, Clemson. Then I think we're back for NC State, maybe.
I want to say Virginia, then NC State, and then
NC
Florida State.
And then like that's a stretch, fam. That's a stretch, no matter how you put it. Like North Carolina at night in Chapel Hill, Clemson at home at night, Virginia at home, and then NC State in North Carolina again, which could be another night game. You know what I mean? That's rough. And then in Tallahassee, man, that's rough. That's rough. So you got to come out of there, you know, because of this loss. You can't afford, you know what I mean? You can't afford another one, man. You got to go. You got to go, man. So I expect them to play like they've been playing. I expect them to handle it like it's been business, all business.
Yep.
You know, and I expect another good game, man. But this is one of the games I picked for them to falter in.
Yes.
You know what I mean, so
me
I
too.
don't know if I still feel that way, but I'm fuck. I don't like saying that. I don't like saying that they're gonna lose, man.
I know. You know
that
what
was a prediction show.
Yeah, that was a prediction show. Yeah.
Fuck all that. Man, we coming out with this dub. Fuck all that.
Yeah. I would say like this. I think it's gonna be a business trip, man. I think we're about to go in there like some fucking sociopaths with no emotion. Like, yo, I heard y'all talking shit. We heard your jokes. We heard it. And I think they bunkered down, man. I think this is a statement game in many ways. And I don't know how the rest of the season is gonna project out to. Like, again, I picked this one earlier to lose, but I feel differently about it. I do. I feel differently about it because of what they showed me fighting back in a game that got ripped away in a multitude of different ways, right? That we gave and got ripped. It was a weird experience. So, like, we'll see what it is, man. But, hey, man, you know what time it is, man. Do you think, Joe? Do a little. No, I get worried when you do the tilt, though. I'm worried when you get do the tilt because then you come back, you might be blurred out, son.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Yeah, man. All right, Joe. Let's break this down predictionally. I don't think that's a word, but we're gonna fucking roll with it. We're gonna roll. It's definitely not a word, right?
That was a terrible
no, it's not a word.
That was absolutely awful.
Yeah, it was. You know what? I'm embarrassed. We need a replay.
Go ahead. No, we good. It happens.
We need a replay.
I mean? Take a knee next time, son.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My shoulder was down, son. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I should have just known that. Hey, man. All right, prediction time, man. How you feeling? Let's go like this, man. Who's gonna be your best? There you are, son. You're not an informant, yo. You're not an informant, fam. What is happening right now? There you go. I think we're good money. No.
We got. So, all right, there we go.
There we go. All right, now you can talk. All right, man. All right, so we'll break it down like this.
On the 12th of September. All right. Go ahead.
Let's
break
go. It down. Who's gonna be your top performer on offense, top performer on defense? Predictions. And what's your final score?
Top performer on offense is gonna be Tyler Van Dyke, man.
He's
coming back with a vengeance. Coach Dawson's gonna let him sling that thing. Pause. and we go and we going all out, son. You know what I mean? We going all out, man. It's been a shootout. Every time them two get together, it's really been good games, man. I can't front. So I think TVD is coming out, man. I think his girl was like looking at him kind of ill that night, like what are we doing? Son? Like, no, nothing for you for a week. No. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Think about what you've done.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You're on punishment. On defense, I think Cam is tight too, man.
Yeah.
I think K squared is tight too, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. He know what happened. I think he tight too, man. So I think somebody catches a body this week. Yeah, I think K squared gets it in this week.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on KK, man. I'm with you on the K squared. Yeah. I think you know what I'm saying, it was his first game back. Had one bad play, and everybody's, you know what I'm saying, like, not everybody. People are making comments and different shit like that. Again, people with credentials that just, it doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna go with, I see your KK, but you know how we do, we never say the same names. I'm gonna go James Williams, man. I think James has been balling this.
He's been going.
Son, he's been hitting. He's been everywhere, covering tight ends.
Got a receipt. Going in the back. James Williams receipts.
Yeah. He got receipts like he heard y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I got James on defense. I got Kobe Young, man. I think Kobe Young's gonna have a big game.
Get that man the ball, man. Lord have mercy.
Man, like, I think he's gonna have, like, I want to say like like, if we're going stats with it, fuck it. I'm gonna say like 6-7 catches for like 125. You know what I'm saying? On like 2 TDs. Man, he's got to get the ball. You got to get him the ball more, man. You got to get him the ball more. We're not gonna do the X targets conversation that's been talked to about to the death, man. You hit who's open, but fam, your eyes gotta look. Like, I haven't seen somebody that could hold Kobe yet. Like, where's the tunnel screen that we had from game one? Haven't seen that shit since. Get quick passes, get some rhythm, man. Yeah. What you all right, man? What you got on prediction? Score wise.
Yeah, so before the season, man, I picked North Carolina to win this game, but I can't really live with myself, man. I don't feel good about it.
It makes me sick. Yeah,
so
I'm with you.
I'm gonna say Miami's gonna win this joint, and I'm gonna say 42-38.
Whew. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. All right, man. I got Miami winning too, man. I got Miami 38-34. Yeah, 38-34. And that 34 is that 38 is like that. Their 34 is like a late 34. You know what I mean? Like, the score, like, it's like a 38-27. You know what I'm saying? It's like a 38-27. Then they get that touchdown. And then I think we exercise a lot of demons on this one, man.
You know what? I'm sorry.
What, to change it?
42-24.
Ooh, okay.
I don't think our defense gives up 38. Yeah. I don't think our defense gives up 38. I don't
think our defense. We're really revising our own. We just picked it. We're about to revise it like a second later. You know what? I don't
see that, man. I don't see.
Yeah, I don't.
38.
Yeah, I want. All right, fuck it. 38-27. I'll say 38-27. I don't know if this defense. Yeah, I don't know if this defense gives up 30 points this year.
Yeah, no, I don't see it.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't see it.
Unless, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying unless, like, is all I'm gonna say about that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Look, man. Last things on this shit. Saturday was tough. Sunday was harder. Monday got a little easier, man. But yo, man, y'all gotta reach out to your friends about a lot of your comments, man. Like, you can have conversations with people without making them shits public. I'm saying, I reached out to my guys. I was like, yo, man, I'm saying, what we talk about, that's what it is. Like I was reaching out to my guys. Like I got friends to talk to about this shit. It's okay to text your friends and not having your private thoughts always be public, man. Like we was not good. Joe couldn't sleep Saturday night. I couldn't sleep Saturday night after that fucking game. You know what I'm saying? We was not good. So we talked about it, man. Y'all be all right with talking to your friends about some shit, not just fucking throwing some shit against the wall, man. And y'all remember, man, it's the Canes thing, baby. This shit ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying 5 national championships don't come easy. You know what I'm saying rebuilding something don't come easy. Let's just, you know what I'm saying, take a second, take a beat, let the haters do their thing, let the hating reporters do their thing. We keep doing what we do, man. Bunker mentality is not just all right, now we're gonna open the door. It's bunker mentality or not. Which one is it? Which one is it? You gonna let the hate in or you gonna keep it out, man? Let's do us, man. Let's focus on us. Fuck all that other shit. That's all I got, man. I just want to say that. Excise that demon right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Sage this bitch. The fuck up out of here.
Let's get it.
All right, man. I got nothing else. Joe, you got something?
Nah, man. If you are a Dallas Cowboy fan, I know a couple of people, man. My guy George, man. George Roberts, man. CB, X.
Hoodie girl.
Hoodie girl. You know, get the fuck out of here. So, you know what I mean? It's 9 a gang. It's 9 a gang over here, man.
So that game was Ugg and Lee, boy. Yeah, man. We out of here, man. Say You Heard podcast, man. Peace.